Hi guys, my name is Durgesh and the one who did the video on the Honda Civic. It was a Honda Civic 2016 and it was 2016 when the problem occurred. However, I kind of drove it around with the sticky wheel for quite a bit. Felt like it was either the steering wheel that was getting stuck or my tires. Kind of weird feeling. You will definitely notice it because it's not there for the first few months and then it just appears. And so I was driving one day to work, actually was coming back from work, and then my wife, she called me and she said, are you fine? It's been a while. And I said, I've just pulled over to the side because I felt something was wrong. So I'm just checking it out, just physically inspecting it out, see if something is stuck on my wheels. And I come back home and it kind of goes away because then I stopped, I turned it off and turned it back on, everything seemed fine. So I came back home and I told my wife about it, and she was like, something sounds like not normal, so you may want to call the dealership. And of course, next day I called the dealership and I kind of tell them, hey, I have this problem. At least I think I have the problem. I'm not too sure because it's not there all the time. And they say, okay, come on in. We are available this morning. If you want to just come drive straight in the morning, drop off your car. I said, sure, I can do that. I can go to work a little late. And so I drove straight to the dealership and no problem. The problem just went away. I mean, I didn't have that problem that morning, which was strange because I thought, maybe it'll show up or something. Because it's been doing that consistently, especially when I drive 30 minutes or more. I say 30 minutes because it takes about 25, 30 miles to actually the problem to kind of show up. And the dealership calls me back after a few hours and says, we did a electric check on it. Electricals look good. We hooked it to the computer. Everything checked out fine. The technician inspected everything. He feels it's safe to drive. We even took it for a short test drive. And I'm thinking, damn it, it's going to be hard. If this happens again, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have a brand new car and I feel a little bit disappointed. Okay, so a couple of days later, problem comes back up and I am thinking, okay, so now what do I do? So by this time, I don't even care where I am. I just start driving to the dealership. It's about 35 minutes away. Okay, 35 minutes away, problem's still there. I'm like, wow, this is great. Problem's still there. First time I'm like, wow, I can still feel this sticky thing. I enter the dealership, it's still sticky, and I turn off my car. And I go inside, check in, wait for 30 minutes. Somebody comes with me out to the car, give him the key, turns it back on, no stickiness. All the problem just went away. I was like, I feel like a fool. And I can kind of admitted to him. I said, I feel like a fool, but I honestly had this problem. And the technician goes, don't get frustrated. I've seen some problems in cars before that would show up and then would go away, and it is usually a hit and miss, but that doesn't mean there's no problem. Now we're going to do a quick test drive. And I said, can we do a long test drive, like 20 minutes? He's like, of course we can do that. So we drove about 20 miles. Okay, 20 miles. I mean, it was like about 12 miles one way and another 12 miles, so about 24 miles. And as we were coming back to the dealership, like the last couple of miles, the problem started showing up. And I saw the technician just going a little bit awkward. And I said, wait, that's what exactly I'm talking about. And he keeps telling me about, oh, this is very normal. I have a Honda so-and-so, it's a 3-year-old model. when they first introduced EPS, electronic power steering, it happens. I was like, no, dude, check it out. Fast forward, after one more try, which is about the fifth attempt, I go back in again, and this time I have done a few things before I go. I've called Honda Corporate. There's a customer service number. I've called Honda Corporate. I have recorded my messages to the Honda Corporate, and they have guaranteed that if there is a problem, they will make sure the dealership will take care of it or find a resolution. And I'm like, I need this resolution. And then when I go, I take a video of the loaner car they gave me. So they actually ended up giving me a loaner car for that day because they wanted to now keep the car for a day, because they were like, okay, there's maybe something wrong. They started kind of believing me, or I don't know if the Honda Corporate called them and kind of pressured them to check this thing out really, or there were other issues in other dealerships that they were kind of familiar with now than before. Any case, they kind of kept the car. I made a video, put it on YouTube, and I shared that link back to Honda Corporate. I said, look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is my car, and this is what's happening. Within about a day after that, actually 2 days, because it was like a Friday, and they called me on a Friday night in late evening, and said, hey, good news. We don't know what the problem is, but we've spoken to some sort of a conglomerate Honda technicians, and they've agreed to allow us to change the part for free, labor and everything for free. It's about $2,500 plus another $1,000 of labor, around $3,500. You don't have to pay it, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to change it to the latest version of the steering wheel assembly. I said, great. And guys, it took a lot of time. I want to say it took about a couple of months to actually get the dealership to recognize that there was a problem. So people out there who are facing the same kind of issue, I would say just kind of keep up with it. Make a log if you can. Just write it down whenever it happens. Don't panic if it happens for you the first time. It is a problem with EPS. I haven't done more research about it. If somebody has some research, please share as to why this happened or what was the defect. But anyways, if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel.